네, 한인분들 많이 거주하는 곳이죠. 뉴저지주에서 한인 여성으로서는 처음으로 또 현재 뉴저지주 의회의 유일한 한인 의원입니다. 오늘은 엘렌박 뉴저지주 하원의원과 이야기 나눠보도록 하겠습니다. Hello, Assembly Member.
Hi, how are you? 안녕하세요.
Yeah, thank you for sharing your time with us today.
Of course.
Can you introduce yourself to our audience, please?
저는 엘렌 박입니다. 저는 뉴저지에서 처음으로 한인 여자로 주 하원의원으로 이번에 됐습니다. 그래서 District 37이 제 디스트릭인데 거기가 그 Fort Lee, Englewood Cliffs, Palisades Park, Leonia, Ridgefield Park, Tenafly, Hackensack, Teaneck, Bogota 그렇게 해가지고 제가 거기 representative인데요. 거기서 한 25%는 한국 사람들이에요.
Okay, so you've been 2 years in office. So during the past 2 years of your term, what is the biggest achievement?
이제 I basically have a lot of Korean legislation, Korean American legislation. 그래서 이번에 된 게 we acknowledge and honor the Korean veterans that fought in the Vietnam War. We also have also a bill acknowledging the 70th armistice between Korea during the Korean War as well. And then, of course, 김치 데이도 이번에 bill 됐고요. 그리고 설날도 bill 돼 있고, 그리고 계속 이제 좀 Korean oriented bill을 이렇게 많이 푸시하고 있습니다.
And then you recently visited Korea with Governor Murphy.
Yes.
좋은 소식 있다고 들었어요.
예, 그래서 이번에 그 주지사 Governor Murphy하고 한국도 가고 대만도 가고 그리고 일본도 갔어요. 근데 한국에서는 우리가 이번에 bill 만든 거는 그 운전 면허점을 뉴저지 살면은 뉴저지에서 이렇게 서류를 만들어서 through the Department of Motor Vehicle 해가지고 그냥 그거로 가서 직접 운전할 수 있어요. Without getting international license. So it's pretty automatic. You just need to have certain forms translated showing that you do have a New Jersey license and must be translated into Korean as well. And then notarized, and then you bring that to Korea and you could drive.
And I would like to know more about your personal background. Were you born in the United States? How was your childhood?
So, 전 한국에서 태어났고 6살 때 미국에 왔어요. 그리고 여기서 이제 그때가 제가 나이가 좀 있으니까 78년도에 미국에 6살 때 왔으니까 you know, I grew up in Queens. Then I moved to New Jersey after I got married and had kids. Before that I was living in Manhattan. I am an attorney. And I think it's just like kind of progression if you live in New York City is either you go east or west. And we decided to go west because it's an easier commute to Manhattan if you work in Manhattan. So we went to New Jersey, but I didn't realize that there was so many Koreans in New Jersey. I think it's over 100,000, and most of them live in my district. So it was a really nice place to move to raise children and have a Korean community.
So you were an attorney, but how did you get into politics?
I'm an attorney. But I started in politics, local politics. So I ran for, I know you call it city council here, but it's much smaller. It's more like town council. So for my town of Englewood Cliffs, I ran for town council, and I lost the first time. I ran again and won the second time, and I was a councilwoman for the town of Englewood Cliffs. And then I kind of began there, and I think I've gotten some recognition as a councilwoman because I was always kind of arguing with our current mayor, who's in the other party, and I think our party, the Democratic Party, was like, wow, Ellen Park is, you know, a fighter. She's not there to just kind of, you know, go with the flow in the sense that if there's something, if I feel that there was injustice or something that was unfair, like I'm going to speak my mind. And I think they took notice of it. And so they asked me if I wanted to run for the state assembly. But I think all of this came very organically for me. Since, you know, when I was in law school, I was a vice president of PALA, which is basically the Asia Pacific American Law Students Association. And we did a voters registration drive back in 1996. when Clinton was running. And, you know, it was so hard to get everybody registered. And I'm from Flushing originally. And so I went to Flushing and I tried to register as many voters. And I think 2 days of standing outside, I got 2 people to register. So I think that was a wake-up call. And I think from there, I've always kind of been interested in, you know, politics, but more so about getting our community to vote.
So you started from like grassroots.
Yes, absolutely.
What's your next goal then?
Well, I mean, my mission for the last 2 years have been to get the Korean community to come out and vote. You know, even though we have over 100,000, you know, the percentage is very small, maybe 5% that actually come out and vote. So, you know, I'm trying to teach our community the power of the vote, right? On what it means to be represented, right? And so this is the first time in the history of New Jersey we have Korean bills, right? First time in the history of New Jersey we were able to get funding from the state for Korean nonprofit organizations, such as the New Jersey Haninhe was able to get some funding. The Sangnokhae also was able to get some funding, right? So we're pushing, you know, the power of the vote, say, hey, it starts with one representative. Of course, we want more, but it's not just about, you know, going out and voting, right? Because it all matters. It all trickles down, right, to the community. And I think the funding really kind of woke everybody up, like, wow, we never thought we were going to be able to get any assistance, financial assistance from the state. But, you know, it just takes one person, a representative, say, hey, I think it's sort of our time to also get these kind of benefits. So it's really, again, the mission of pushing our community to go out and vote.
Interesting. It's just a start.
It's just a start. Yeah.
So what projects and policies do you plan to prioritize for Korean American community?
So, you know, again, right now, the last 2 years, I've been focused on District 37, but I hope to now spread the word throughout New Jersey. Part of the projects that I've been working on, and we hope to grow the project, is we have a Kakao Talk group. And the Kakao Talk group is just informational. So it's not really a chat room. We tell our constituents, please don't chat in this room, because we just put up instant information, right? So we recently put up what's called the Anchor program. There is you get a refund on your real estate taxes if you apply, if you're eligible. We have other programs and funding for minority, women, small businesses. We have green energy incentives if you're going to exchange, if you have a small business and you want to make it greener, right? So all these programs we put on the Kakao chat, and it's all in Korean, right? So it's pretty instant. And we're hoping to kind of send that message out through all of New Jersey. If you want to have this information translated instantly in Korean, just get onto the chat group, and we just put it on there every few days or something. So
something new that I heard.
Yeah, we're trying to grow that. We're very, so that's one of the projects. And then, of course, Koreans are all about small businesses. So, my parents, when we came here, had a small business, had a flower shop for all these years. So we hope that, we can help with the small business side of it. So I know there are certain organizations like the New Jersey Nail Association who would like to have some of the beautician exams also translated in Korean, or at least the top 5 spoken language in New Jersey, right? And so these are kind of the initiatives that we're taking to ensure that we can do this in a smooth, more people can participate in the program without feeling like, oh, I don't speak English. So so those are the top 2 things kind of on our list for now.
So lastly, do you have any message you would like to say to the Korean American community?
Again, I say this every time I have an interview, so I feel bad, but there is an upcoming election. We just finished election, but there'll be another election. And the next one is going to be I feel like if it's a presidential election, everybody comes out and votes. If it's a gubernatorial, some people come out and vote. And if it's local, like this past November election, very little people come out and vote, right? But you know, it's the consistency, right? So we want Korean community to come out every time when there is an election, whether it's local, whether it's gubernatorial, whether it's presidential. 꼭 나와서 투표해줘야지 선거라는 게 굉장히 중요하다 생각하고 우리 한국 커뮤니티 미국에서 더 잘 되고 더 크게 되려면은 그 선거가 왜 중요하는 거, 대표가 왜 중요한 그런 뜻을 이제 한국 분들한테 다 좀 이렇게 알려주고 그리고 이제 점점 더 우리가 알아줄 것 같아요 미국에서. So that's my message. 꼭 나가서 투표하세요.
중요합니다.
네.
동부뿐 아니라 여기 서부도 제일 중요한 것
예.
같습니다. 맞습니다. 오늘 시간 내주셔서 고맙습니다.
예, 저도 너무 감사합니다.
감사합니다.
예.
네, 지금까지 엘렌박 뉴저지주 하원의원과 이야기 나눠봤습니다.